Because these habits can make people see you as a beginner drummer even when you're a decent intermediate player. So over the past few years, I've coached a lot of drummers privately, and I've noticed that there's some things that beginner drummers do that are really not pleasant at all. But come on, they're beginner drummers, so I help them through it. However, the unfortunate thing is there are lots of intermediate drummers that also make these mistakes. Now, this is a quick video to address those things, and I'm not just going to be talking about those issues, those habits. I'm going to be showing you things you can do to stop those habits, because these habits can make people see you as a beginner drummer even when you're a decent intermediate player. Now, I'm going straight into it. The first thing we're going to be talking about today that actually brought about this video is the rim shot. There's something called the rim shot. Lots of drummers know about it, a lot do not know about it. And this is what the rim shot is. It's when you play your snare drum like this. There's a difference you hear between this and so it's basically the mixture of this part of your stick playing this part of the snare and this part hitting the rim of your snare. So we have now this stuff is very nice, but the issue is lots of drummers struggle with hitting rim shots accurately and consistently. The thing is, they want to get good rim shots, but they play it well the first time. When they're trying to play the next time, they miss it. Do you understand? So you have to practice this for a long period of time to gain mastery over this thing called the rim shots. Do you understand? Play with your right hand, your left hand to get it properly. So when you've gotten your rim shot properly, independently, you can now try playing it in a groove. You get, so try playing it in a groove. You have so avoid things like, are you seeing that? Where you be hitting this, because what's going to happen is over time you're going to damage your drumsticks a lot, and you're going to keep messing up records. One very important thing you need to know about rim shots is there are times to use the rim shot. You don't just play rim shots whenever you feel like. It can be very disruptive when you play them at the wrong time. There's certain genres of music you might not want to play the rim shots in. You understand? When you're playing a soft music, most times you can just play your snare in the center the normal way. Because when you play this, it adds a lot of volume. It brings out the whole volume of the snare, makes it quite louder. So you need to be sensitive to know when rim shots are required and when they are not required, because they do not sound nice when they're played at the wrong time. Trust me. Now, the same thing we did on the snare drum applies to the toms also. Now, when you're playing your toms, please be careful not to. You hear a lot of drummers play. That's why I was saying these are things that make you sound like a beginner drummer. You play and you are not mindful of where you're striking your drums. You just play any careless hit and you're hitting your toms anyhow. I know there are times where you want to add a little bit of rim into your tom. You understand? Which is majorly when you're recording your drums. That's when you can hear that nice sound. But most times, please try to hit your toms in the right place, in the center. This thing I said about the snare applies to every other part of the drum. Now, this leads me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is another thing I discovered that was not pleasant to listen to, which is the hi-hat. A lot of drummers do not have control over this thing called the hi-hat. You find some people playing the drums and this hi-hat is sounding so lousy, and they can't lock it up properly. They're playing music and that same thing that is sounding quite lousy, people play it and it sounds very nice. Do you know the difference? Know when to. Learn how to open your hi-hat, know where to hit your hi-hat. However, when you play your drums, there are different sounds you get. If you are to play your hi-hat with this part of your stick, the tip of your stick, and this part, you're going to hear it sound like this. If you're to hit the side, so understand these things, learn how to lock this hi-hat when it's necessary. Know how to choke it, how to open it, all of that. You see what I'm doing there? So don't just open your hi-hat or don't just leave it opened. If you open your hi-hat, you don't even know how to control the clutch. You let it go so open. And the way I play, I hear things like this. It's not pleasant. You have a hi-hat clutch. Learn how to make use of this mechanism. Learn how to, lock it, open it, have fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something. I didn't even plan to show this, but let me explain it to you guys. What I was saying about the hi-hat brought me to also talk about the right cymbal. Now you need to understand your right cymbal. You find some people don't knowing the appropriate places to play in the right cymbal. So we have the body of the right cymbal, or your cymbals in general. Most times they have three parts of them, particularly the right cymbal. The right cymbal has the bell. We call this the bell. It has the body, and then it has the edge of it where you can actually sometimes crash. You understand? So now most times no wind is required. Sometimes you hear jazz players when they play on the body of the right cymbal. Understand when it's necessary. Now if you want to ride, play in a funk group. And know when you want to just stay here. You see, it's giving you different sounds. So know what sound you want and play where should give you that sound. Do you understand? And one more thing that will always make you sound like a beginner drummer is when you cannot have consistent kick volume. When you're playing your bass drum and your kick volumes are varying, you can have. You want to make sure that your kick hits are consistent in volume. If you want to play middle volume, stay there. You don't just play very loud and then you come down and nah. Except if that's what the music requires. But make sure your kick hits are consistent. These are things that make you look like a beginner drummer when you're not. So get all this stuff right. Even if you're a beginner drummer, lots of people won't even suspect you to be a beginner drummer. And let me know if this video was helpful in the comment section. I'll see you in the very next video. Peace, guys.